Every game creation starts off by designing its appearance. But before you get mad over why your images aren't moving, perhaps it's best that you get some tips on us on how to design well on App Inventor.
Alright, so I'm going to start off by creating my banner first. So I'm going to go through this a bit quickly since it's not really our main part that we're learning about today. But so for now, if you're new on App Inventor, you can feel free to pause the parts a bit and then make sure that you get the context in full and make sure that you can follow. But otherwise, I'm just going to do my initial settings. My banner is going to be 15% for height and fill parent for width. My images and my label are going to be in there. I'm going to have an icon image and an app name label. I'm going to rename all of them first. And afterwards, I'm just going to do some very basic property settings. There we go. So rename them, and then we'll set the icon image here. So 15 by 20. And so if it's a bit too quick for you guys can feel free to pause it and then look through it. Otherwise, feel free to follow on. So right here, I'm just going to make it bold, change the font size to 30, and I'm going to rename my app as Dodge the Virus. Now make sure that you're going to align everything in the banner centrally so that they appear in a better format. So there we have it, that's a banner. Next up, we're going to create the part where we need to make the game. So for everything to drop downwards and for us to have our character to catch them. So this part will focus on a bit more. So we'll be using image sprites. So just a little recap, for image sprites, we can't drag them in automatically. It doesn't work like images because images over here, they work more like displays. Image sprites are the one we can make proper game animations with. And in order to have them put through, we'll need to grab a canvas. So let's grab a canvas here. Let's just give it a very big height and width. So 350 pixels for height and 300 for width, in order to make sure that we have a big frame to work with. Now the canvas is aligned towards the left right now, so we're going to go into screen 1 and then align the whole screen horizontally. This makes everything to the center. Now for the canvas here, let's just rename it as game canvas, and then I'm going to put my background image here. So for the rest of you guys, my media files are all ready. So for everyone that's working with the application now, you can feel free to either find your own or follow ours too. So we have a game canvas here, and we're going to drag in our image sprites. We have 3 in total. That would be the virus IS for image sprite, the hand sanitizer, and finally our character, which we're going to just call player IS. Awesome. And so now position my virus and sanitizer towards the top and the character at the bottom to reflect what it'll be like later. And from here, for my virus, I'm just going to give it a height of 50 and a width of 52, and then put in the picture. So there we have the virus, and we also would have the sanitizer. So it's going to be the exact same dimensions, 5550. And let's get the picture into. And finally, for the character, I've chosen this character here. So he's going to have a height of 70 and a width of 60 pixels. And I'm going to set the picture for now. I'm going to set as character neutral. I'll do a bit of codes to confirm this later too. So there we have it. Supposedly we have our player, we have the sanitizer, and we have the virus right here. So we're going to continue by adding an info horizontal arrangement from the layout, and this will basically store everything that we will need. So this will appear in the bottom, and it will basically just store our score as well as the lives that we have left. So over here, I'm just going to make everything automatic. Just going to make the width fill parent over here. And now I'm going to put my labels in. I need 4 labels in total, which I will name accordingly later. So 2, 3, and 4. So all of the labels, for now I'm going to teach you a little trick here. I'm going to make them all fill parent. So what this does essentially is that it gives them all the same width. So the fill parent, apart from filling the whole width of the screen, if it's placed inside a setting like this, and you make everything fill parent, you can make all the widths exactly the same. So first one here, I'm going to change this font size to 20, and it's going to be a score title label, so it will only be showing the title score. And so over here is going to have a text that just says score with a colon, and we'll do the same for the text label too also. So it's going to say 0, and my font size will be 20, and so now you see score 0 right here. Now this part here is going to be called the score count label. Alright, so this is the part where we actually work with the actual number. It's not just the title. We do the same for live. So this is a lives title label, which has a font size of 20 also, and also we're just going to call it lives with a colon. And finally, we are also going to set the lives to be 5 in the beginning. Make sure you have the same font size, and make sure that you remember to rename it. So lives count label. Alright, so here we have it, our whole info HA complete. Remember to rename our horizontal arrangement too. And all we need to do is grab a button, put it underneath everything, and this is going to be our restart button over here. So let's call it a restart button, and let's just give it a bigger font size. You guys can feel free to make it look nicer, but make sure that you do the essentials, which is renaming the component, the text, and giving it a font size that is viewable by everyone. So that's it for now.